Democrats were the big winners in U.S. elections on Tuesday. New York City voters elected a new mayor after a contest that drew international attention. 34-year-old Zoran Mamdani, a self-described democratic socialist, defeated a former state governor. Democrats also defeated Republicans in 2 governor's races in New Jersey and Virginia. To discuss all of this, joining me now is Brandon Bryce. He is a conservative columnist and secretary of the Delaware Republican Party. Also with me here in the studio is Imani Cheers. She is cultural curator and professor of digital storytelling at George Washington University. Joining the discussion from Miami is political analyst Jaden Horan, and with us too is Douglas Sloan. He is a principal at the National Capital Strategy Group. Welcome to all of you. Douglas, what are your thoughts on what Brandon just told us, that this was essentially an election about Trump, not about the issues that all these candidates talked about?
Well, to a good extent, I'd say he was correct in that Trump definitely drove the turnout in this election. But also, I would be remiss if I didn't point out that it was also Trump policies that drove the turnout in this election. The fact that we're in the middle of a government shutdown, the fact that he has enacted all of these tariffs that have hurt small businesses, the fact that the economy is teetering on a recession, all of that is Trump policies. All of that is due to Trump policies. So, and obviously you can get into the minutia of the shutdown a little bit more, and I'm sure we will as the show moves forward. But this was absolutely a referendum on Trump. You know, I don't know how the Republicans can recover from this because I don't see Trump changing. And, you know, Democrats were able to kind of frame this election about affordability and is your life better and how do you feel about the direction of the country, and all of that comes out spades for the Democrats. So I don't see how the Republicans are able to pivot unless Trump changes. Bryce brought up a good point that a lot of the candidates that were running in the Republican Party were not good candidates. I agree with that. Those are MAGA candidates. Those are Trump candidates. That's part of the course for who runs in these positions. And they're not going to be as strong as middle of the road, more conventional candidates that normally run in the Republican Party. So I agree with them to an extent that, yeah, and it was a great day for Democrats. And let me tell you, the midterms are not looking good for the Republican Party. If this holds, everything is on the table.
Sloan, very quickly, if you could tell us, in the wake of this election and on the platforms that Zoran Mamdani fought, do you think there is a need now for Democrats to recalibrate their message to other parts of the country? As I pointed out as well, that he didn't get the support, the ringing support of Democrat leaders.
Well, I think that we need to honor the democratic process in New York and understand that Zoran Mamdani got elected in New York City, but he wouldn't necessarily get elected in Peoria, Illinois, or maybe not even in parts of California or any other number of blue states, the major cities of blue states.
Yeah.
His message worked well for his audience.
Right.
And that's great. And I honestly wish him the best of luck. I hope that he can actually bring about the change he was talking about.
Okay.
But I think that
I
think that most Democrats are moderate, and that you saw with the other victories in New Jersey, in Virginia, some of the other propositions that are going on, and just with Democrats in general, that this is a party that's shifting back to the center, and that maybe New York is just an outlier. But that's not necessarily going to set the tone nationwide.
All right. Douglas Sloan, there was a response to the election from the House Speaker, Mike Johnson, who is a Republican, and he pointed out that Democrats should not read too much into these victories. Yes, it was a big win for Democrats, but these happened in states that traditionally lean Democrat. Does he have a point?
Oh, I don't think so. You can just look at the margin of victory in some of these states. I think Spanberger won by 15 points for governor. Mikey Sherrill won by 13 points, I believe. And just the margin of victory of some of these victories was astounding. And, the Democrats are very excited because this is a window into what can happen in 2026 if they stay the course, like some of the other panelists said, focus on affordability issues. And Trump is Trump. He got here by focusing on cultural issues, being the cultural king and everything, and essentially espousing negativity. I don't see him pivoting from that. I don't see that changing. And so the Democrats have a real opportunity here in 2026 with that 2026 election map. Like I said earlier, almost everything is on the table with some of the margins of victories that we saw in yesterday's election. So I'm just reiterating what they said: the affordability, the turnout driven by Trump, what's happening with ICE, what's happening with the TARS, what's happening with the government shutdown. All of it is coming down on Trump and the Republican Party.
Right.
And it is hurting him now, and it will hurt him next year around this time.